9 things you don't realize you're doing that make people dislike you. It's a harsh reality to face sometimes. Without even realizing it, we do things that put people off. The truth is, our actions and habits, however subconscious, can seriously affect how others perceive us. And here's the kicker: most of the time, we're completely oblivious to these behaviors. We're going about our day, thinking we're just being ourselves, when in reality, we might be pushing people away. In this article, I'm going to shine a light on 9 things you don't realize you're doing that make people dislike you. Let's dive into it and see if we can't turn things around. 1. Constantly interrupting. We all know that communication is key in any relationship. But here's the thing: communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening too. Sometimes, in our eagerness to express our thoughts or prove our point, we end up interrupting people mid-sentence. And let me tell you, it's not a good look. Interrupting others signals a lack of respect for their thoughts and ideas. It's as if we're saying that what we have to say is more important than what they're trying to convey. When you're in a conversation, be mindful. Allow others to finish their thoughts before jumping in with yours. It might seem like a small thing, but trust me, it can make a big difference in how people perceive you. 2. Oversharing personal information. We've all been there. You're in a conversation, things are going well, and then, bam, you drop a personal bombshell that leaves everyone feeling uncomfortable. I remember one time at a social event, I started sharing detailed accounts of my recent breakup with a group of people I'd just met. Looking back now, I can see the discomfort on their faces as I unloaded my emotional baggage onto them. The thing is, it's great to be open and honest, but there's a time and place for everything. Oversharing personal information, especially with people we don't know very well, can make others feel awkward and uncomfortable. The lesson here? Balance is key. Be open, but also be aware of your audience and the situation. It's about respect for others and their comfort levels. 3. Negativity overload. We all have our off days. But if you're constantly spouting negativity, it can really wear people down. Research shows that our brains are actually wired to react more strongly to negative stimuli. The theory, known as negativity bias, suggests that we feel the sting of a rebuke more powerfully than we feel the joy of praise. So if you're always complaining or focusing on the negatives, people are likely to associate you with those negative feelings. Try to shift your mindset and focus on the positive aspects of life. It's not about denying reality or suppressing your feelings, but rather about finding a healthier balance between positivity and negativity. 4. Not respecting personal space. We all have that invisible bubble around us, a personal space that we like to maintain. But sometimes, without even realizing it, we can encroach upon someone else's personal space. Whether it's standing too close in a conversation, touching someone without permission, or even going through someone's belongings, these are all ways we might invade personal space. This can make people feel uncomfortable and anxious. Everyone has different boundaries, and it's crucial to respect them. When you're interacting with someone, be conscious of their personal space. It's a simple way to show respect. And 5. Being too self-focused. It's natural to want to share our experiences and express our opinions. But there's a fine line between healthy self-expression and being self-absorbed. If all your conversations revolve around you and your experiences, it can come off as if you're not interested in others. This can make people feel undervalued and overlooked. A good conversation is a two-way street. It involves sharing and listening. Show genuine interest in others, ask about their day, their interests, their thoughts. This can go a long way in making others feel heard and appreciated. 6. Lack of empathy. One of the most powerful ways to connect with others is through empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. But sometimes, without realizing it, we can come off as unempathetic. Maybe we brush off someone's problems because we're busy, or we fail to acknowledge someone's feelings because we don't understand them. This lack of empathy can make people feel lonely and misunderstood. It's as if their feelings and experiences. Let's try to be more empathetic. Let's listen more deeply, validate others' feelings, and offer support when needed. Because at the end of the day, we all want to feel understood and cared for. 7. Being dismissive. I remember a time when I had a big idea for a project at work. I was excited and couldn't wait to share it with my team. But as soon as I started talking, one of my colleagues laughed and said it was too ambitious. That moment stuck with me. It wasn't just that my idea was dismissed, it was the feeling of being belittled, of not being taken seriously. When we dismiss someone's ideas or feelings, we're telling them that their thoughts aren't valuable. This can damage relationships and create feelings of resentment. Even if we don't agree, we can still acknowledge their perspective and show respect for their thoughts. 8. Always being late. Punctuality is more than just a measure of time, it's a sign of respect for others' time. But sometimes, we might find ourselves running late, again and again, without realizing the impact it has on others. When we're late, it can send the message that we value our own time more than others. It can lead to frustration, inconvenience, and even damage trust. Let's make an effort to be more punctual. If being on time is a challenge for you, try setting reminders or leaving earlier. It's a small change that can make a big difference in how others perceive us. 9. Not keeping your word. If there's one thing that can truly make people dislike you, it's a lack of reliability. When we don't keep our word, we're showing a disregard for others and their expectations. Promises broken, deadlines missed, commitments not honored, these all signify unreliability. This can lead to disappointment, mistrust, and can seriously affect your relationships. Reliability is a cornerstone of trust and respect, the foundations of any healthy relationship. Final thoughts, it's about awareness. The complexity of human interaction is a dance between our actions and our perceptions. At the heart of it all is self-awareness. Many of these actions we've discussed aren't born out of malice or ill intent, they're simply habits we've formed, often without realizing their impact on others. As you navigate your interactions, keep these points in mind. Reflect on your actions and their implications. Ask yourself, how are my actions being perceived by others? Our actions speak louder than words. They shape how others see us and, more importantly, how they feel about us. So let's strive to be more aware, more considerate, and more respectful in our interactions with others. After all, the change starts with us.